our Almighty God, Creator of heaven and earth, Father and lover of our soul, you sit on your throne of mercy and rule with your love and faithfulness. You are full of grace. We acknowledge your presence in our lives. Nothing is hidden in your eyes, even our challenges and struggles in life. We come to you with faith. We ask not only for our daily spiritual bread, but to seek your forgiveness and undeserving favor to heal our land, our family members, our friends and neighbors, even our enemies with COVID-19 and other diseases. Holy Spirit, help us to deepen our faith and see the opportunity to believe, obey, and worship. As we face this pandemic, you are Lord and God. Encourage us and change our hearts, not to fear, but to be full of hope and find ourselves praying and meditating your word. We believe no works of the enemy prosper to your children. Abba Father, we believe that your Son Jesus Christ is Lord and Savior. He is the truth and our salvation. Hear our prayers, O Lord, and most of all, not our will, but thy will be done. We pray this in Jesus' name, the name above all names, who was and is to come. Amen.
Reaching out to Filipinos worldwide, the now of digital entertainment with studios in Manila, Bacolod, Hong Kong, and Los Angeles, California. This is V81 Radio Worldwide.
V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Ito ang radio mo, ito ang radio ko. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Dahil mahal namin kayo. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Para sa inyo ito, V81 Radio.
The views and opinions expressed by the host do not necessarily state or reflect those of the company and its management. Furthermore, the views and opinions of the guests do not reflect those of the host, the show, this station, the management, and the network. An online community for the youth, aspiring entrepreneurs, OFWs, SMEs, and social enterprises. Let Dear DORE guide you as you build your personal, professional, and business goals. Dear DORE will certainly be with you as you embark your journey and achieve desirable results. Write to Dear DORE and be inspired by like-minded industry leaders who will share their experiences with the community. This is Dear DORE with your host, Dorelene Villanueva Dimaunahan. Only here on V81 Radio Worldwide.
Watching and listening in to Dear DORE Worldwide. This is your online community for the youth, aspiring entrepreneurs, OFWs, SMEs, and social enterprises. In today's sixth episode entitled Mompreneur Spotlight, I will be speaking with two good friends and also successful moms in both their personal and professional lives. Dear DORE is available in 14 digital platforms: YouTube, Facebook Live, Amazon Fire TV, TuneIn, Amazon Alexa, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitchers, iHeartRadio, and Pandora. V81 Radio can also be heard in all Amazon Echo devices. Just say, Alexa, play V81 Radio. Note that this is available only in selected countries like US, Canada, or where Alexa is available. Mompreneurs or momtrepreneurs is a slang term describing women who start or run their own businesses while also acting as a full-time parent, where mompreneur is a combination of the words mom and entrepreneur. In our previous episodes, we've seen how women have played key functions in the corporate world. Today, we will listen to stories of moms who are not just capable of balancing their homes, but more importantly, the enterprises that they built and that are now paving the way to help fellow moms and entrepreneurs alike. With multiple responsibilities on their plates, mothers are often CEOs and COOs of their families, as I may say. Delegation is one of the most important survival skills for working moms and startup founders alike. Mothers and CEOs have another trait in common. They're always in sales mode. Both are under constant pressure to inspire, motivate, and entertain their team, investors, and clients. For me, mothers are the true masters of negotiation and sales. So having kids sets completely new priorities in their lives, wherein the why suddenly becomes clear and strong. They want to create the best possible lives for their families. So the question is, how can moms balance their mommy and CEO personalities? I'm very much excited to speak with our guests who will give their insights and words of encouragement on how mompreneurs like them successfully balance life and work and taking a leap from a secure job to starting their own business. But before I introduce them, let's take a short break.
We'll be back shortly. This is Dear Door, only here on V81 Radio Worldwide. Good news para sa mga kababayan natin abroad. Mapapanood nyo na ang inyong mga paboritong V81 radio shows sa Amazon Fire TV. Simple lang ang gawin. Go to Amazon.com at isearch lang ang V81 radio app and click install. Tiyak wala kayong shows na mamimiss dahil mapapanood nyo na ito anytime and anywhere you want. Gamit ang Amazon Fire TV. Tandaan lang, just install the V81 radio app and you're good to go. Another first from V81 Radio Worldwide.
Hi, this is Jaya. Pinoy music ba hanap mo? Well, download the V81 Radio mobile app available at the App Store and Google Play Store. Free now, free forever. Ganun!
V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Ito ang radio mo, ito ang radio ko. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Dahil mahal namin kayo. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Para sa inyo ito, V81 Radio.
Now back to Dear Door, only here on V81 Radio Worldwide.
Again, happy Saturday to everyone watching and listening in to Dear Door Worldwide. Dear Door is available in 14 digital platforms: YouTube, Facebook Live, Amazon Fire TV, TuneIn, Amazon Alexa, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitchers, iHeartRadio, and Pandora. V81 Radio can also be heard in all Amazon Echo devices. Just say, Alexa, play V81 Radio. Note that this is available only in selected countries like US, Canada, or wherever Alexa is available. I'm now finally going to introduce our guests. Our first guest is the COO of an app called Taxumo and the content creator behind mommyginger.com. She has a YouTube channel entitled Ginger Arboleda Vlog. Please welcome Miss Ginger Arboleda. Hi, Ginger.
Hi, Dor. Thank you for having me.
Hey, so how are you doing tonight? Thank you again for being here with us.
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm just here at home. I haven't seen the world, the outside world, since last year.
Wow. So I've seen you,
Yeah.
I guess, about 3 or 4 years ago, as we were saying earlier, and time just flies so fast. But with all of the digital stuff that's going on, well, I can see, and I'm very happy that you're becoming very, very successful.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dora. So our mission really is to get to as much, well, users as possible for our app. No? So as you mentioned, I'm the COO of Taxumo. So Taxumo is a software as a service, and what we do is we automated the preparation, filing, and payment of taxes. So we're helping a lot of business owners, professionals, and freelancers like sustain their businesses using this tool. Yeah.
Very, very helpful, no? Especially we now know na mahirap din ang pag-file, especially with a BIR. So this tool of yours, which I've seen and I've also used, definitely helps independent what business women, businessmen,
Yes.
would entrepreneurs learn, the basics at least of how to file. So that's definitely very, very helpful. Thank you very much.
Yes. All right. Thank you, Dor.
Let me get back to you. I'd just like to introduce our second guest, a very good friend of mine. I'm very close to their family, by the way. I've seen her two boys, two very good-looking boys, grow up literally. So she's also a mompreneur, and she has brands entitled or called Beauty Secret PH Official. And by the way, my eyelashes are the product of Beauty Secret. Thank you very much to my dear friend, and of course, Kids Club PH. She is also the content creator behind Wonder Mom PH. Please welcome everyone, Miss Christine Lee. Hi, Christine. Hey. Uh, I think you're on mute.
I've said so much already. Hello. It's nice to see you again. And it's virtual na, no? Yeah, it's so different na this time. And hi, Ginger.
Hi, Tin.
I'm so surprised you just stayed at home, like,
Yes.
shocked. Okay.
Close to 2 years.
Yeah. So there, thank you, Dorelene, for having me here. It's a pleasure to be on your show. I'm quite nervous, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can tell you, Christine's a very, very humble and great mom. No, as I mentioned, I've seen her kids grow up and her babies, like the beauty secret, yeah, and these eyelashes.
I'm also wearing
Very
mine.
helpful.
Napilit.
Hey,
Kailangan ma-promote.
so it's been a
Yeah.
while,
Thank you
no?
for wearing though. Yeah.
Of course, talagang mapagaling kayo eh. Alam ko of good quality. So, can you tell
Of
us a little bit
course.
more about your brands?
Okay, so with Beauty Secret, normally before kasi if I go abroad I would really go for beauty products, and I'm not just talking about skincare and makeup. It's actually the beauty tools. So I was thinking, why not come up with a local brand that one day we can go global, so, and I believe that skin love is self love. So I launched this brand because I want to parang it could be an advocate in terms of like self love through the beauty tools of Beauty Secret, and of course to be a part of every woman's parang self love routine at home there. And for the kids club, it's more of like the toys. We actually just started very recently, but I haven't really focused on launching it. But it's more of like a dream for me to come up with a brand with a goal, which is it's more for a cause. So there. So I think later I can tell you more about it.
Great, great. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So one thing I love about Christine is that she has this ultimate passion, no, for really pushing something and executing it. Because naalala ko, pinag-uusapan pa lang natin to lahat, no, the packaging and everything, and now it's
Yeah.
beautiful. You receive the packages, it looks really sleek, no, the design, the logo, everything about it. So thank you very much. Now
Thank
let's
you.
start a bit
Yeah.
of interview with both of you. You guys are, you ladies, by the way, are girl bosses. And one thing that's great about this is that, well, you have different personalities in the sense that Ginger, for example, stayed home during the pandemic. Christine, I would see your pictures. You would go out sometimes, but of course, I'm sure with the proper safety protocols. So, my question for you guys is, as a mompreneur, no, what pushed you really to set up this business that you have? Let's start with Ginger.
Yeah, sure, sure. Prior to Taxumo Door, I had another business, which was Manila Workshops. So it was an events management company. The reason why I started Manila Workshops was really to look for the business that I wanted to get into. So I had no clue, no. I just knew that I wanted to start a business. So I invited like some of my friends to sort of speak in different events so that I could learn from them and other people could also learn from them. And then like fast forward to 2 years, like onto the business. I had some trouble with my taxes and with my financials. So that was actually the birth of Taxumo. So a lot of us, like when we start businesses, it really stems from passion, about a certain passion, and you want to pursue something. But we don't really think of the admin stuff of it or the accounting side of it or the taxation or compliance side of it. So that's what we set out to do, no? So to help really people understand this side of like sustaining a business. So that's how it started really. It was really from my own pain point, and then voila, we created Taxumo. Yeah.
Yeah, wonderful. So for all of the viewers out there, a business can actually start from another business. In particular, once the pain points, like what Ginger and her friends has experienced now, it's an answer to the problem. In her case, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you would agree that the admin stuff is really very taxing, right? It's very critical, complicated, and mahirap na kasi we have to file our taxes as business women, as businessmen, as entrepreneurs, but we have to do it right. So that's one of the things that we learn from Ginger. And another thing is that it's also part of her passion, right? It's something that stems from pain points and passion, and these are two things in which a business can actually start from. So thanks for that, Ginger. How about you, Christine?
Yeah, so just the same as Ginger, prior to having business, the Beauty Secret, we also have another company which I personally set up. That was way back 2013, and it's currently being managed by my husband. And actually, it was a starting point for me because at the time I was like 25 years old, and I know that I was 29 pala. And when I was 25, I was like I have this promise that I should have my own company by 35. But then, an opportunity came when I was 29, and I just grabbed it. And then um, that's when we started Pinnacle. But when I got pregnant with my second, with Kurt, um, prior to that, me and my husband, we can't work together. It's as in like there's conflict. Ano to, revelation na. So so we have decided that I think it's better for me to step down and focus on being a mom, because when I was pregnant with Kyle naman, my firstborn, I was super workaholic. Like I was not able to enjoy my maternity leave because I had to get back, because the time the company just started. So everything is like, a challenge for me to be able to handle both being a mom and having business as well. And of course, people to manage. So when I had Kurt, I had this thinking, okay, I stepped down and then I had nothing else to do. But it's so not me, because I'm the type who really loves to work, and parang it's innate with me that I'm really looking for something to do. So actually, prior to Beauty Secret, it was really Kids Club that came to mind at first, because sabi ko I wanted to do something since I will be having two boys. So parang I want to come up with a brand with a cause, yun nga. And parang I want to give meaning to a brand wherein, because I've been helping out kids also over the years. I've been working with this private organizations called Share the Love PH, and it's being managed by my good friend also, Muriel. You know him, Dorelene. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so I was thinking that I cannot do as what he does. Like, it's, you have to be super focused kasi when you do charity works and sort of. So my way of, like, I was thinking, oh, okay, probably I can do it through business wherein I can make money and at the same time be able to help out also. So it's really for a cause. And then I realized when I was pregnant, because I did a lot of research, parang sabi ko, it's so hard to do it because it will be my very first time also to do retail, just in case. And then sabi ko, okay, I'll pause this first. I might as well enjoy Kurt muna. And then I got this beauty tool from a certain brand. And when it arrived, sabi ko, same as Ginger, it's more of like from the pain point of view, as a customer, wherein I received the package with a super bad box, and parang the price also is quite pricey. Actually, it's more expensive than what we are selling right now. And parang sabi ko, there's no worth for money for, I mean, I bought this for this amount and this is just what I had, and there's no even brand. So parang I got frustrated. I said, okay, why not I come up with one? And since I'm so into beauty products, so that's when, Beauty Secret. Yeah, I came up with Beauty Secret. Yeah,
Oh, that's a very nice story,
there.
no? One
Yeah.
thing I'd like to highlight is that from your story, you were able to still balance yung family life, no? Wherein it's very admirable na you stepped down from your company with Paul, hi Paul, but
He's
because
not
of him,
around.
you were able, oh, he's not here. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
he's
that's
not
why
here.
you're
I
able
asked him
to
to go out because sabi ko, I'll be more nervous if he's around.
he's around.
I kicked him out.
Maybe
Yeah.
after na lang.
Yeah. Later
Yeah,
na.
hi Paul. So,
There.
ang galing kasi you were able to manage talaga yung pagiging mommy mo pa rin and wife mo, no? And after that, because of the pain points and your advocacy talaga eh, as far as I know you, talagang you wanted to create something na may cause, no? Meron kang
Yeah.
advocacy always in you and you always think about the kids. So,
Yes.
parang
I love kids.
napaghalo-halo mo siya.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sobrang
Yes.
nakakatuwa, no? And napaghalo-halo mo siya. But to our viewers, one thing that I'd like to highlight is that Christine was able to do so still with the help of research. Kumbaga,
Yeah.
as a customer, as a client, she would know what isn't as good in terms of pricing, in terms of product
Yes.
packaging, and out of
Value.
that, yeah, value for money.
Value for
And that's
money.
where she actually started her brand. So that's really
Yeah.
wonderful lessons, no? Start pa lang to. So let's move on, no? Kasi
Okay.
syempre now it's about digitization, content creation. So Ginger is known to have mommyginger.com. It's very cute, and we all, a lot of people would hear about this. And interestingly enough, she hasn't left. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ginger, no? But
Yeah.
you still manage to create a lot of content. So
Yes.
how are you able to do so within the comfort of your home?
Yeah. I started Mommy Ginger way back in 2013, but that was, I think, my third blog already. So I
Wow.
started blogging, yeah, really in 2007. So 14 years of blogging and now vlogging as well. I think the reason why I still create content no is I use these platforms kasi for the purpose that I want to achieve really. So and that purpose really evolved. The when I started Mommy Ginger, it was really about just documenting my life as a mom, taking pictures of my baby, posting it online, and like a scrapbook no, or a journal, and that's what blogging is for really, for journaling your life. And then after like a few years, I found that it was a good tool really to put what I want to say out there. So my voice could be heard. I realized that my voice could be heard through these platforms that I create. So right now for Mommy Ginger, I talk about mommyhood, I talk about business, marketing, starting a business, not starting a tech company. In TikTok, I also have my TikTok channel, so that's where I vlog naman about finances, no, like retiring early, personal finances, managing your own finances. And then for YouTube, that's where I also talk about business and talk to different people about their own businesses as well. So That's how it is. So even with amidst the pandemic, actually now I think I have more time to create content. As I was telling Dor like before the show, it's good that she has a team, but for my blogging and my vlogging, it's a one man show now. So I do all of the editing, I do the script writing, I do the content creation, I do everything. No, I also speak, I'm the host, I'm all of these things. So
Wow.
so it's really about, I guess, sticking to the reason why you created these platforms in the first place, and it's knowing that your voice can be heard, if you say something. Yeah.
Yeah, and you've pretty much been an influencer. In fact, you can be called Super Mommy Ginger already. Because imagine having a one-man team. Eh, ako nga, hirap na hirap ako mag creatives and to do everything, no? Kaya
Yeah.
it's really unbelievable. In fact, plus you have your family, no, and your business. Aside from this vlogs and blogs that you have, plus of course, hindi ka nahuli kasi you have TikTok. I still have to work on that actually. So kidding aside, let's move on to Christine. So what naman is the story behind Wonder Mom PH? I think we lost Christine. No? Sige. While waiting for
Yeah.
Christine, let's try to go to a life as a mompreneur. So,
Yeah.
Ginge, why don't you take us through, let's say, a day in your life, ayan, including your family, how you balance everything.
Yeah, it's a struggle. I may add, if I may add, no, it's really like every day you need to juggle your time. So if you're trying to strive for that complete balance, now 50% of my time goes to work and 50% of my time goes to like family, you you won't achieve it. No, you won't be able to achieve that. It's really like knowing your priorities each and every day. Like for example, it's a weekend, no? So my priority is really my family, so I've been spending time with them, been playing with them, with Zika. That's the name of my daughter. It's not the virus, by the way. So my daughter is Zika. So yeah, we've been playing with her today, and having like conversations with my husband as well, which is non-work related because I work with my husband. So just knowing your priorities on a daily basis, that will really keep you afloat and keep you sane. And also like uh yeah, knowing how to set boundaries. Like compartmentalization is really important when it comes to like running your own business and doing all of these things as a mom, and even my side gigs, my freelancing career. So you really have to know, and you really have to know when to stop working. It was hard for me because like Tin, I'm a workaholic as well. So I had to know how to say like stop, Ginge, this is already family time. So I've learned that and have developed na rin the habit along the way. So yeah, it's a daily struggle and daily juggling, no, from my perspective.
Wonderful, no? In fact, I am intrigued by the way you use compartmentalization, even in the family or in personal life. Kasi ganun naman talaga eh. And one thing I admire about you and si Tin, no, is really the way you discipline yourselves. Iba yung pagbibigay ng priority. And hi, Zika. I don't know if you're
Yeah,
listening.
she is home.
But hello. It's nice to meet you. Thank you for giving me a little bit of time of your
Yeah.
mom. It's just gonna take a few
I will
minutes.
show this video
Of
later.
moments.
Yes.
All right. So, in terms of the delineation, no, it's
Mm-mm.
quite difficult. And you mentioned earlier that you work with your husband.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that a lot of there are some women rather who would work with their husband full time, and like si Christina, magkaiba sila ng business. On your end, what could you say about working with your husband? How can you maintain the balance? Because I'm pretty sure may mga
Yes.
challenges din yan and all. So what are tips you can give?
Yeah, working with your husband is not for everyone, no, if I may say. The reason why I work with my husband, it's not because he's my husband, no, it's because we have skills that complement each other for the business. So he's the technical guy. He has a background in IT, which we need in the business. He also has a background in product management. I, on the other hand, have a background in like marketing, operations. So it's really complementary. So, in terms of like working with him, it's so funny because siya pa talaga yung very strict when it comes to time management, no? So he doesn't like to talk about work in after 6 o'clock. So he was the one who actually like helped me understand that you have to have limits, no, when it comes to this. So for example, like in our house, what we do is we really you I mentioned a while ago that we really separate, no, and physically also separate where we work versus where we basically talk about family or our personal life. So here, as you can see, this is our office, this is where we work, this is where we talk about business. But in the bedroom, dining room, sala, we don't talk about business. So we just talk about the usual family stuff. No? So it's very important to have that physical separation as well when it comes to productivity. So yeah, so that's how we work. I think it was really hard for us in the beginning, no, like trying to figure out the dynamics of how to work with each other, but we got through it. And I think even naman if it kahit na hindi mo husband, no, if you're working with someone else, there's a storming phase that they call, where you try to figure out like what works for you and what works for your partners or co-founders, you know. So it's the same thing. So but I'm really honored and very blessed because I work with him and I work with someone that I trust. So among like everyone else, I really trust my husband. So there, but there. So that's how we really got to this stage. And I've been working with him since the inception of Taksumo, which was like 4 years ago.
Oh, wonderful. No, so that's the productivity secret pala of Mommy Ginger. And I've heard of this only once, and I'd like to reiterate no, to the viewers out there, because there are a lot of questions that we receive about how to be productive at home. But one thing that Ginger shared is separating the office from the personal area, the bedroom, right, the dining area, and the discipline talaga. So it may be difficult because hindi naman natin maiiwasan. There are times wherein you'd really have to do overtime, diba? But then again, it's really teamwork. And again, what Ginger mentioned, even if it's not your husband or your partner, if you work on each other's strengths and complement each other, then it's a good partnership. Thanks for that. And now Christine's back. So yun, Christine.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah, I'm finally back. I got cut off.
Yeah.
Not because of the internet, but my phone heat up. So I don't know also. It's my first
Oh,
time. Yeah, so I had to
no
switch
worries.
phone there.
It's okay. So we were
Okay.
just discussing about the usual day as a mompreneur. How about yours, Christine? How is your typical day like?
Well, actually, for me, I don't have a routine. But most of the time, I really spend it with my phone or laptop. And basically every day, if I don't have meetings outside or if I don't go to the office, I just really work in my phone and laptop, and I get to make sure that I spend time as well with the boys. So I make sure that my lunchtime is really my lunchtime with them. And after lunchtime, I put Kurt to sleep. And as long as pag nakatulog na siya, I just leave him and go back to my working life. And then at night naman, I make sure if I can make it, I stop by 6. But most of the time, I still cannot manage to to finish my work. So maybe around 8 o'clock, and then bedtime now with them. We watch movies and stuff like that. So that's pretty much my daily life. And if I have extra time, if I'm not really so busy, I bring them out. I drive them around. I go with them in the park or in the weekend. As much as possible, it's very hard to balance, but I'm trying my best. Kasi right now, they're actually more clingy, right, Ginger? Kasi we work at home, and like before I used to go out to office. So if I say bye bye, it's like bye mommy, but now it's no longer bye mommy. Mommy, are you leaving? Why not you work at home? Especially like for Kyle, he would question me for so many things na, you can't even imagine. He's just there, but he knows that now the new normal, parents, they just work at home. So it's actually, the kids are pretty much enjoying it, but not for the parents, right? It's quite a challenge.
Wow, I think
Yeah.
your time, like if I were to imagine you, no, and alam ko, naalala ko na, ano yan, naabutan ko yan, na you were still putting Kyle or Kurt to sleep.
Until
Like,
now, with Kurt, actually, I still do it. I really make sure that, sometimes if I can even move my meeting, like for example, if it's 11 o'clock, minsan hihirit ako, like, can we do it like 3 o'clock or something like that? If it's not so important, I would request so I can still spend time with them. Or like if I know tomorrow is such a busy day, I have dinners after, I'll make sure that the whole morning I'll spend time with them, or I'll go down with them, or yeah, just basically it's just really more of time management and prioritizing also. Yeah.
so time management and prioritization, lovely. Now,
Yeah.
Christine, Ginger shared her productivity secrets. Now, would you mind sharing what's yours?
Well, for me, I don't have a secret. It's just beauty secret. No, I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
okay.
So well, I don't really have, I'm the type of who doesn't really follow a routine, a rules, or I'm not that bookish type, or the type of person who really goes to it. I have to do this or that in that sense, because I don't know. It's actually my husband, Paul. He's more of the systematic kind of guy. So we're totally opposite talaga. So I think that's why we can't really, work on it together. Plus, matigas ulo ko. So I really cannot, I always go for what I want. So I'm really super hard headed. So when it comes to like the productivity, it's more of like I prioritize lang which one is more important for the day. But sometimes, I tend to do things from one thing to another. Like if something comes up, I'll go work for it and I'll leave the other one. So actually, it's not a good advice, but diba? But I'm just trying to say is, but I get to make sure that I finish everything at the end of the day. But yeah, there. So it's not really more of a secret, but but what I can advise is more of prioritize which one is more important. So you get to finish that and you don't have to like really, worry about the other stuff at the end of the day. Yeah.
Very true, very true. Thanks for
Yeah.
that, no? And nakakatuwa, even if you're a very strong personality, one thing that's nice is that your husbands, both Ginger and Tin, are
Sorry, Dor, I think we can't hear you.
Yeah.
hi.
Yeah. Yes, there, we can hear you now.
Okay, perfect. So as I was mentioning, I don't know where I got cut off, but I just like to reiterate the fact that each household is different. In the case of Ginger, wherein she has a different workspace, si Christine naman, she does prioritization. So, but the good thing is that they have their specific partners who can actually help them, like in terms of time management, in terms of suggesting things that would be better for the household as a whole. Because, as I mentioned earlier, each household is different, and that's
Yeah.
the wonderful thing about having your own families. Now, the question that I was asking earlier is that if now at this point in time you're giving advice to others, what is the best advice that you have ever received? Let's start with Ginger.
I think, well, with my personality, just like Tin, no, we're workaholics. I think the best advice was learn how to say no. Because time is
Actually.
very, right? Right? So
Yeah, I
time
would
is
agree. I would
very,
agree.
exactly. So time is very important. So we have a limited number of hours, no, minutes in a day. So you have to choose wisely when it comes to like where do you want to spend your time with, no. So like for example in my case, and also go back to your priorities, I agree with Tin on that. So it's all about like if your family is your priority and you're working because you want to keep your family happy and later on be successful also so that you can fend for your kids, give them a good future, then stick with that, no. So you have to remind yourself on a daily basis that you're doing this for your family, so they should be the priority. So if someone gets sick, so obviously your kids will have to be the priority, no. So I think that's the best advice. And I think it will differ naman, no, from case to case for the moms listening. Another thing is probably like be aware, be self-aware. Self-awareness was really important, no, for me when I started my business. I had to like look inside and see what my strengths are and acknowledge like my weaknesses as well. So if even if like, yeah, a lot of people say like, moms, you're super, you can do anything, you have a lot of roles, so sanay na sanay na kayo. But you always have to know that you cannot do everything by yourself, and that's the reason why you have to have a strong support system around you. Yeah, so those are the things that I actually the advice that I received that I'm taking to heart right now, especially the saying no part.
Yeah,
True.
I would agree, and it's not just for mompreneurs. I think I would also have to agree on that. And one thing I like about what Ginger said is that there's still continuous learning and humility because when you said self-awareness, it's really
Yeah.
knowing yourself first, strengths you have, where you need to improve. Because if you don't have that, you can't really be a good entrepreneur. You can't improve as a person, not just as a
Yeah.
businesswoman. And I would say that indeed this strong support system is really wonderful, very heartwarming. I'm not with moms only, but I'm with
Yeah.
people who are full of love tonight. How about for you, Christine? What's the best advice you've ever received?
Well, for me naman, the best advice I've ever received was actually from my husband, Paul, when we created the very first business we had back then, 2013, because that was something I really don't know about. It's actually quite similar to Ginger, but they're more of the app, but we're more of the service part naman. We do business consultancy. So we set up businesses and also we do accounting and a lot of different stuffs, any business would need. And when I started that, I actually don't know anything about. I just wanted to make my dreams come true. It's like I just grabbed the opportunity that was given to us. So I'm more of like the risk taker between me and my husband. But the time I did not really think through, like in terms of how I just want to do it. Ganun ako kasi. So, but for Paul, the first thing he told me was like, it's very important that you need to establish credibility, and of course, it's like something before na sabi ko, I can't really understand that much for now because it's my first time. But as we go through the years, I've seen how important it is, and it has kept the trust that our clients has given us. And actually from there, because that was the starting point of our life, wherein we were able to set up this business, and eventually um, we also were able to build other businesses. I mean, we were able to enter other industries as well before I had the beauty secret. So parang for me, that was very, very important also. Because if not for the trust of our clients, we wouldn't be where we are right now. There.
Very true, no? And
And I will have to agree also with what Ginger have mentioned, set boundaries, because I've learned from that as well. Like, because before, like, a client would call me like from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. They would want to meet me even, just downstairs, and I would go. And then I realized I'm so tired, I don't have enough time for the kids. And that's when I learned, okay, I have to stop this. So I have to say no. If it's family time, it's family time. If it's work time, it's work time. So it's, yeah, it's very important that you're really setting boundaries with work and family life.
wow, kudos to both of
Yeah.
you because indeed it's not just time management per se. It's
Yeah.
really a firm hand to say no or set boundaries. And I'd like to echo what you said, no, especially that both of you are content creators with a lot of followers, no, trust and credibility talaga. Because especially that you have your businesses, it's a different set of clients that you service, no, for trust and credibility that you have to sustain. Well, in terms of you being Wonder Mom and Mommy Ginger, you have followers. You have those who look into your content every day to inspire them. So, if not for the trust and credibility that you have built, well, it's something else. No? So, again, kudos to both of you. It's actually about time, but I will leave the remaining um, minutes for Mommy Ginger and Mommy Christine to share some announcements or last tips to promote anything. So let's start with Mommy Ginger.
Okay, thank you so much again, Dor, for inviting us to your show. I think just one last thing, no, for mommies who are watching, keep on learning, especially at this point in time, because a lot of the things right now we are now starting from zero again. So we're relearning a lot of things because a lot of things has changed talaga, no. A lot of things have changed pala from the time that we hit this pandemic nga, no. So this is the perfect time to experiment on your dreams, on basically going for like whatever it is that you want for your life. So yeah, so for those who want to check out Taxumo, just go to www.taxumo.com. So signing up is free, so you can test it out, you can try it out and see if it works for you. So you don't basically, it's so simple, no. So we have free onboarding sessions also almost on a daily basis. So if you want to try it out, just go to the site. And for my content naman, just follow me on Mommy Ginger on Facebook, Ginger Arboleda on Instagram and Twitter, and also TikTok, Ginger Arboleda TV for TikTok, and YouTube. Sorry, ang dami. Ginger Arboleda vlog for YouTube. So there.
Thank you very much. Ayan, no? So really a very balanced mom. Ang dami niya. And she's a one-man team again, by the way. One-woman team, I should say. So now let's move on to Christine. I know you have announcements. And again, thank you for this wonderful lashes.
Of course. Thank you also for having us here for me and Ginger. Well, I want to be like Ginger. She does everything. Because me, I cannot manage everything on my own. It's like too much for me to handle. But there, yeah. So thank you, Dorelene, for having us here. I had a great time. Even I'm so nervous. And and yeah, yeah, I'd like to give some tips also to the moms. Like, just do whatever makes you happy and do something that you love, and don't don't ever get scared to fail, because it's part of, learning. And just make sure that you don't do it again, just don't do the same mistakes, and accept that, you in business, it's always about, failing and learning also at the same time. So just do whatever you feel like, if you have any passions, just keep that dream up. So there. And for Beauty Secret, if you wanted to check out our products, feel free to visit our website. It's www.spillthebeautysecret.com. And for more parenting tips and travel tips, you can also visit wondermom.ph. And yeah, it's the same for my Instagram account. It's wondermom.ph as well. And recently we just have created the YouTube account, but I can't still, I don't have so much time like Ginger. there. So, but it's wondermom.ph if you'd like to see more snippets of my life as well. There.
All right. Thank you very much again to both. So we've learned that a business can start from pain points, passion, and opportunities, but still research and knowing the market is important. Balancing your family time and also your work life is also more important. Go back to your priorities, manage your time well, learn how to say no, set boundaries as needed. And it's important also to keep learning, don't be scared to fail, and also have that moment of reflection or self awareness. So, there, we're done with the second segment, and I'm excited for the last segment where I will be reading again a letter from one of our guests. Please stay tuned.
We'll be back shortly. This is Dear Door, only here on V81 Radio Worldwide. Kabayan, nahuhomesick ka ba? I-download na ang aming mobile app at mag-enjoy sa mga kantang tatak Pinoy and feel like you're home. The V81 Radio mobile app, available in the App Store and Google Play Store. V81 Radio mobile app, free now, free forever. Connected ka na ba para laging updated sa mga bagong shows, promos, trending news, viral videos, events, o patok na OPM hits? Just follow us on Facebook. Simple lang. I-type lang ang letter V81 Radio. O, di ba madali lang? Kaya i-like at i-follow na.
Ito ang radio mo, ito ang radio ko. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Dahil mahal namin kayo. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Para sa inyo ito, V81 Radio. Woo! V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Ito ang radio mo, ito ang radio ko. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Dahil mahal namin kayo. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Para sa inyo ito, V81 Radio.
Now back to Dear Door, only here on V81 Radio Worldwide.
Hello again, everyone. So we're on to our last segment wherein I will be reading a letter from our guests. So let's read the letter. Dear Door, after more than a year of working from home, our office has reopened and we are scheduled to go back in 3 months after everyone has been fully vaccinated. Just like my colleagues, I'm also having mixed emotions about going back to the office. The perks and flexibility of working from home is incomparable, most especially the zero commute time. Currently, I'm considering looking for full-time remote work so I could continue working from home. Any thoughts on this? Thank you, Janella. Hi, Janella. So thank you very much for your message. Actually, the new normal has paved the way for more opportunities and full-time remote work, or what we know as telecommuting. Earlier, I was actually in a talk about organizational resilience, and one of the things I highlighted is the importance of organizations or companies adapting to the new normal. So, since you're currently employed, one of the things I would suggest is to consult your superior or your HR department or human resources department on these matters. So, first would be work flexibility and options, because some may have skeletal schedules, or definitely they've adjusted or come up with more what do you call this, employee friendly schedules, especially with the work from home, no? Because we have a telecommuting act. And then another thing is to make sure that you have open communication. Don't be scared to share how you feel, because I'm pretty sure that you are just one of those who still prefer that work from home or remote setup. And yeah, just those two tips. And make sure to do these before jumping into a decision, because work is actually difficult to find nowadays. But hey, at the end of the day, it's where you're most comfortable. So that's a few tips I have for you. So to everyone, today was indeed very interesting and heartwarming, because I've been with two friends who I haven't seen, but talking to them digitally is really something that I treasured for tonight. And I've also learned that it's passion, it's balance in life, it's time management, all of these things that we hear during different seminars and workshops. But seeing them and hearing them from mompreneurs makes us even more fired to really find that balance in our lives. And even if they're moms successful in their personal and professional lives, in fact, they're content creators and influencers as well, they recognize the fact that learning or continuous learning is important. And yeah, failing is also part of lives as entrepreneurs or mompreneurs, no? So from our letter from Janella, we've also learned how important communication is, and work flexibility and schedule flexibility as well. So again, don't forget to just be open to your superiors, because nowadays it's really different. It's a new normal. So we would like to thank his wife, the Biryani Experience, Roberto Sisig, Beauty Secret, and of course CAD Concepts, Coffeecina Cowork and Cafe for making this event possible. And today I'd like to make this toast to the girl bosses, the boss ladies, the hustlers, and the dreamers. Cheers to the wife, mom, boss. This has been your life coach, Dore, wishing you a pleasant evening.
An online community for the youth, aspiring entrepreneurs, intrapreneurs, OFWs, SMEs, and social enterprises. Let Dear Door guide you as you build your personal, professional, and business goals. Dear Door will certainly be with you as you embark your journey and achieve desirable results. Write to Dear Door and be inspired by like-minded industry leaders who will share their experiences with the community. This is Dear Door with your host, Dorelene Villanueva Dimaunahan. Saturdays, 6 p.m. Philippine Time, exclusively on V81 Radio Worldwide. Naghahatid saya sa mga Pinoy, mga kanta at programang Tatak Pinoy. Napapanood at napapakinggan kahit saan ka man. Streaming worldwide. This is V81 Radio.
Malayo ka man sa iyong pamilya, dito ay hindi ka nag-iisa. Tiyak ito'y iyong hahanap-hanapin, dahil ito ang nagpapasaya sa atin.